presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
Last night was the home opener for the Angels, but the defending American League West champs spoiled the party with a 9-5 victory. Tonight, Mike Trout and the Angels look to get back to their winning ways. A's and Angels is next. Gorgeous night for baseball here at the Big A, and as we just pointed out, the Angels had an opportunity to pick up the home opener, just not enough as Oakland powered their way to a victory. Tonight it's game number 2 between the A's and the Angels. Hi everybody from inside the Big A, and alongside my partner Mark Dubs, I'm Victor Rojas. We're so glad you could back with us, pardon me, here on Angels Baseball on Fox Sports West. Mike Scioscia today hands the ball off to Joe Blanton. And Joe making his second start as a member of the Angels. His first one, he struggled against the Cincinnati Reds out on the road, this being his first home start.
Yeah, Victor, he gave up some home runs there in Cincinnati, a very good hitter's ballpark there. But the reality is he's pitched very well here in Anaheim at the Big A. ERA 2.61 as a visiting pitcher. Only has allowed 1 home run in his career in 48 1/3 innings pitched. That's what he's been able to do. He throws a lot of strikes. He minimizes the damage, allows his fielders to make plays because they're going to be on their toes. A lot of first pitch strikes and quick action on the mound from Joe Blanton.
Well, the Angels will be without Eric Aybar. No official word on him as of yet, but Brendan Harris will get the start at the shortstop position for the first time, getting a start in the big leagues since 2010. The Angels will be facing a left-hander by the name of Tommy Malone. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A, so sit back and relax. We'll bring you the lineups and the first pitch when we return. Angels baseball is brought to you by Hyundai. Let's go sales event now through April 30th. By Jack in the Box. Come to Jack in the Box today and try the new Hot Mess Burger. And by Corona, who invites you to find your beach. Between the Angels and the Oakland Athletics, the Halos looking for their first home victory last night, 9-5. Oakland took game number 1, and they did it in come-from-behind fashion. Although the Angels spotted Oakland a 4-0 lead through the first 2 innings, the Halos battled back with 2 in the 3rd, 3 in the 6th. At that point, to take a 5-4 lead, but unfortunately the 7th inning occurred, and it all came with 2 outs. As a matter of fact, 8 of the 9 runs that Oakland scored last night came with 2 outs on the board. The Angels taking the field. Joe Blanton, as a member of the Angels, taking the home mound for the first time in his career. We'll take a look at Bob Melvin starting 9 for the Oakland A's. They are red hot. 6 consecutive victories. They sit atop the West with a 6-2 mark. And they've got Coco Crisp leading things off at center field. John Jaso hit that pinch hit home run last night, is doing the catching and batting second. Jed Lowry is the shortstop. Yoenis Cespedes is the cleanup hitter in left. Brandon Moss is at first base. Chris Young will serve as the DH today. The right fielder today. Seth Smith will serve as the DH. Josh Donaldson is the third baseman. And it's Eric Sogard batting 9th and playing second base. Scott Sizemore, a gentleman who was at second base last night for the Oakland A's, injured himself. He is out for the rest of the year with an ACL injury, his second such injury over the last couple of years. So tough blow for the A's on that regard. Joe Blanton, on the other hand, had a tough blow against the Reds his first time out, looking to straighten things out against a very aggressive A's team.
Yeah, and he's going to be able to use that aggression, be able to use that fastball that he has on the corners. Fastball, 86 to 92 range. Also, if there was a cut fastball, slider, curveball, and a very good changeup. So he's always around the plate. Nearly 5-to-1 ratio as far as walks to strikeouts. So he's going to throw strikes, and he's going to work fast.
Well, let's check out the defense behind Blanton here tonight. It'll be Mike Trout out in left field, Peter Borges in center, Josh Hamilton in right. The infield has Callaspo and Harris on the left side of the infield, Kendrick and Trumbo on the right side, with Albert Pujols taking the quasi-day off as DH. Chris Iannetta, of course, in his familiar position behind the plate.
Then we talk about Joe Blanton, amongst the other pitchers on the staff, being fly ball type pitchers. And with Mike Trout out in left field, you have one of the best coverages in that position with Borges in center, Hamilton in right. Mike Trout in his 5th start of the season here in left field, been tremendous as far as going back on the baseball, aggressive coming on the flares in front of him.
Joe Blanton signing a 2-year deal in the offseason, a native of Bowling Green, Kentucky, and originally in the Oakland Athletics organization, a first-round pick, 24th overall in the 2002 draft. As Coco Crisp will step to the plate to lead things off. A 2-for-5 game last night, including his 4th home run of the season, as he looks at a fastball in there for strike 1. Coco has homered in 4 consecutive games, all from that leadoff spot, and that ties Wally Moses, the Philadelphia A's, for the franchise record. Moses did it in 1937. Coco, with his 4 straight games with a home run and a leadoff spot, holds the Oakland A's record. Not known for his power, although had 11 home runs last year. 1-1 is lined beyond the reach of Brennan Harrison into left field. To the red-hot Coco Crisp starts this one off with a base hit.
And as usual, Joe Blanton around the plate, so hitters are going to be more aggressive, especially even early in the count. Coco Crisp flares in left field, now it becomes a stolen base threat. Although Joe Blanton's very good as far as slowing that down. Only allowed 3 stolen bases in 6 attempts last year. A quick move over to first and utilizes the slide step to the plate.
Here's John Jaso. Last night hit his first career pinch hit home run. It was off Kevin Jepson. A 3-run home run hit off the top of the short wall and right. Chris takes off on the first pitch. A throw down from Iannetta. Goes in and out of the glove of Brendan Harris. A stolen base for Coco. And that's his 2nd of the year.
I think you notice from Crisp, though, he generally will go on the first pitch. Quick to the plate, looked like he had a chance. There's a tag trying to be applied by Harris at second base. Hand just in. Or a tag was going to be applied anyhow, so stolen base for Coco Crisp. You got to keep an eye on him too at second. Vary your look.
Jason with an 0-1 count, hitting .368 on the young year. Bounces this one to the right side. Trumbo will pick it. Feed Blanton. And there's the first out. Crisp ends up over at third base. And just like we said, the Oakland A's, unlike the book Moneyball, looking for the on-base percentage, working counts, deep in the counts, working the walk. It's a different team. It has been that way over the last couple of years. Bob Melvin, especially under Bob Melvin's tutelage, and Chili Davis as the hitting coach. You get a pitch to drive, go ahead and hack at it.
Yeah, anytime you're in a fastball count, that could be the first pitch of the at bat. You're up there hacking, and also they will look for productive outs to move a runner over, and of course the stolen base is a big part of their game.
Kayaspo will play in at third base. Trumbo halfway at first. At the first one to Jed Lowry misses inside. Lowry, the switch hitting shortstop, batting in that 3 spot. Again, no Josh Reddick tonight. Injured his right wrist in the series against the Houston Astros. Took some hitting today in the cages and felt good. He thinks that he might be able to pinch hit today, if not play tomorrow. This one's rolled foul. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
A couple fastballs on the inner half. Joe's trying to open up the outer part of the plate, probably with a changeup. If you get that second strike, that's when Joe can go after him with the changeup to get the swing and miss. I've seen that a lot, that conversation with Kayaspo coming over to the pitcher.
One. Swing and a miss. Took something off. Ball and 2 strikes. Lowry went 0 for 4 last night, hitting .433. 3 home runs, 6 runs batted in.
I like to see Joe go right back out with that same pitch, maybe a little bit further off the outside corner.
This one off the end of the bat. It's hooking down the line, and that is just foul. The right idea, the execution or location, not exactly where you want it to be.
Well, you can tell even by the speed that he was out in front, but it was right down the middle part of the plate. So that tells you as a pitcher that he's still not quite on the changeup. So you can still come back with that again. I mean, that's right down the heart of the plate, but he was still out in front and pulled it foul.
See, Iannetta was set up on the outside part of the plate.
Parker went back to back changeups in the game last night, got a swing and miss.
Did that against Josh Hamilton. The 1-2. Trying to come inside with a fastball. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lowry, like Chris, both the switch hitters in this lineup for Melvin. Hitting well from both sides of the plate. The splits are very well. They're very good, I should say. Right-handed hitting .400. Left-handed hitting .450 to start the year. Iannetta back outside, and this one's pulled to the right side. Kendrick has it. It'll bring home a run. There's out number 2. Oakland strikes first again. It is 1-0.
That's part of the game now with Oakland. They don't score that run in the past, where they didn't believe necessarily in the stolen base, but because Coco got that base hit in the left, steals the base, goes to third base on the ground up by Jaso's, able to score on a ground ball out.
So 2 outs, base is clear for Yoenis Cespedes. Cuban left fielder. A 2 for 3 night last night. Also draw 2 walks. And one of those walks costly. It was Kevin Jepson who came on in the 7th with 2 outs to face Cespedes with a man on and a 1-run lead. Kevin went to a 3-2 count before walking him, and then that set up the matchup against Jaso, which of course Jaso won. Cespedes with a couple of home runs this season, 5 runs batted in. Ahead of the count at 2 balls and no strikes. Blanton in his first start against Cincinnati with 5 innings, allowed 7 hits, and in those 7 hits, 3 of them were long balls. He struck out 4 and walked 1. 2-1.
The ability to throw an off-speed pitch in a fastball count, kind of almost like a BP type fastball, where you just take enough off it just to throw the timing off of a hitter.
Off the end of the bat to the right side. Trumbo's got it. He'll feed Blanton. The inning comes to an end, but Oakland strikes with a run. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Trout, Kayaspo, and Pujols coming up. The Angels trailing Oakland A's. Check out Mike Scioscia starting 9 for tonight. The Angels at 2-5 will have Mike Trout leading things off and left. It's Alberto Callaspo with Eric Ibar out, batting in the 2 spot. And Alberto, of course, at third base. Pujols the DH, Hamilton in right. Trumbo at first tonight. Kendrick at second base. Brendan Harris gets to start at shortstop. Chris Iannetta doing the catching. Peter Borges is batting ninth and playing center field as they take on the 26-year-old left-hander native of Saugus, California, by the name of Tommy Milone.
Tommy Milone not overpowering with his fastball, 84 to 89 range. Will also throw a cut fastball, curveball, changeup, very good changeup himself. Another one of those Oakland A's pitchers that pitches inside well, then uses the changeup away, especially against right-handed batters.
Well, 13-10 record last year with a 3.74 ERA, 31 starts for the left-hander. He was originally in the Washington Nationals organization as he was drafted out of USC in the 10th round in 2008. Facing Mike Trout. First pitch tonight is just off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Trout last night 2 for 4, including his first triple of the year. Hitting .281, no home runs, 1 RBI. Also has 3 doubles. Milone falls behind at 2 balls and no strikes.
Milone a 13-game winner last year, but very good at home. Not as good on the road. 6-6 with an ERA 4.83 on the road last year.
Trout skies this one, foul and out of play on the first base side. 2-1. Three balls and a strike. Milone coming over as part of that Gio Gonzalez trade with the Washington Nationals prior to last year. Three 3-1 pitch. It's pulled foul.
Both these pitchers tonight are around the plate a lot. Tommy Milone last year averaged 1.71 walks per 9 innings, so he's around the plate. Just like Joe Blanton said, a lot of strikes thrown by both these pitchers.
So a full count to start off the bottom of the first inning. Callaspo's on deck. Here's the payoff pitch. Trout pulls it over to third. Bobbled for a second by Donaldson. Low throw. Moss digs it out. And there's the first out here in the bottom of the first inning. Defensively for Oakland behind Milone tonight. As you see, Donaldson, former catcher, doing a nice job at third base. We've got Cespedes, Crisp, and Young in the outfield from left to right. The infield has Donaldson, Lowry, Sogard, and Moss from third to first. Jaso is doing the catching.
Cespedes in the left field. Like we said last night, all 3 outfielders have played center field before. Cespedes has tremendous coverage in the left field. Strong throwing arm, very aggressive as far as coming in on the baseball.
Made a spectacular catch last night on a drive off the bat of Josh Hamilton.
But that looked like it was a definite 2-bagger, was going to score 2 runs.
No doubt. Callaspo batting at the 2 spot, hitting .296 this season. 1 for 5 last night. Alberto with a home run and 3 runs batted in. In case you were wondering, he has 92 games in his big league career in the number 2 spot, a career .247 hitter in this spot. 3 home runs, 30 runs batted in. Eric Ibar not in the lineup tonight. Contusion on his left heel happened last night as legged down an infield base hit. Scheduled to have an MRI today. We've not heard the results. This one lined back up the middle and a base hit.
I mean, that's the approach you have to take against Milone because he throws a lot of changeups off speed away.
As Pujols comes up, we'll check out our Hyundai key to the game tonight.
We're with Battle Scars by Lupe Fiasco and Guy Sebastian. We're talking about when you need your leader to be able to go out there and perform and put together a big game. That's the guy you want up, and that's certainly the guy, the machine today. And Albert Pujols, who's had a lot of success against Tommy Milone, 4 for 8. It's a .500 batting average with 4 doubles. He leads on the field and leads in the clubhouse.
Albert last night 1 for 3. And he'll look at the strike. .227 average overall. Multi-homer game on Saturday in Texas. There's 5 runs batted in. Left-hander Tommy Milone faced the Angels last year, I should say, 3 times. They have 8 earned runs in 15 innings of work, 2-1 mark, and a .480 ERA in those 3 starts. Callaspo over at first base, a 1-ball, 1-strike count with an out here in the first. Oakland getting a run as Coco Crisp scored. An RBI ground out by Jed Lowry in the first inning.
Boy, 2-1 count. Thinking in terms of the way Tommy Milone pitches, Albert's going to look for something all speed and away, and he's got a pretty good alley in right center field if he can get a hold of one.
Off-speed pitch. 3 balls and 1 strike. We saw Parker a little bit last night struggle with his changeup. He threw 3 very good ones to Josh Hamilton in that bases loaded situation to the bottom of the first inning, but overall not the Jared Parker that we've grown accustomed to seeing against the Angels.
You always think in terms of a changeup as a field pitch, and that's a pitch that you get better with as the season progresses. Still early in the year for pitchers.
Jaso sets up outside, and they'll check in on Callaspo at first.
A good pickoff move, 6 pickoffs last year.
Now the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on the off speed.
As suspected, going to stay with slow stuff against Pujols. But a 3-1 count, you're going to let it out. Now all of a sudden you'll shorten up your approach 3-2 because you're probably going to get something off speed once again.
Pujols 4 for 8 in his career against Milone. Hamilton 4 for 9. Here comes the payoff pitch, and that is hit down a line and hit very well. Cespedes giving chase. This one is at the base of the wall. Callaspo on his way to third. Pujols chugging into second. It's a double for Albert. His second of the season, and the Angels have runners in scoring position for Hamilton.
Well, that's a good swing. Just didn't get it up high enough where it's going to be out of the ballpark. Milone has given up 2 home runs already this year. Pitch down. Able to get through the baseball. Another off-speed pitch, but stayed back so well. Pulls for those strong arms, turns on it, hits it down the left field line for a double, his second double of the year.
And I think Albert was giving Callaspo some grief for not being able to score from first base.
Said, yeah, that should be RBI number 6 for me. Cespedes is good in left field, but he's not going to cover that much ground.
And those guys are always going at it. Albert, Callaspo, and Ibar. Here's Hamilton. Looks at a breaking ball for a strike. Infield is back, except for Donaldson at third base. Hamilton last night 0 for 4. Did have a sacrifice fly, picking up his 3rd run batted in. Chris Young, the right fielder, tonight playing a little bit deeper than he did last night. 0-1 pitch. This one in the air towards center field. Should be deep enough to score. Callaspo. Coco Crisp is there. Pujols will stay at second, and we're tied up at 1 on the Hamilton sac fly.
Both teams scoring via an out, a productive out in the first inning. Sacrifice fly by Josh Hamilton. Continues to swing the bat well against Milone.
So 2 outs with Albert standing at second base. Here's Mark Trumbo coming up. Mark had a multi-hit game last night, going 2 for 5. Picked up his 6th run batted in. Hitting 300 on the year. First one is skied out to shallow right. Eric Sogard, the second baseman, is there. Hauls Young off, makes the catch. The inning comes to an end, but the Angels tie it up. We're through 1, and we're knotted at 1. And the first baseman looks at a strike. Brandon Moss last night, as much as we talked about the John Jaso home run because it was a pinch hit home run, Moss had a very good game. 3 for 4. Also picked up a home run in that 7th inning off Jepson as he gets jammed here. Floats one out toward right center field. Borges calls off Hamilton. And there's the first down. Let's take a look at the guy that's calling the balls and strikes this evening. It's Brian Knight behind the plate. The veteran Jerry Davis, the crew chief, is at first, and this is for Jerry game number 4,000 in his big league career, the 21st umpire and 3rd active to accomplish that feat. Dan Iasonia is at second, and Mike Muchlinski is over at third. So congratulations to
he even
Jerry.
tipped his hat to you for acknowledging him.
Right on cue. He's listening in with the at-bat app.
I'm sure he is.
First one to Chris Young is in for a strike. Breaking ball missing outside. Chris Young chases the off-speed pitch. He went 0 for 5 last night. 222 overall. A couple of home runs, 4 runs batted in for the former Arizona Diamondback. Pulls this one to the left side. Callaspo's got it on one hop. Across the diamond, and there's out number 2.
And on cue, here's our Coors Light cold hard fact. You mentioned Jerry Davis. His 4,000th game today as a major league umpire, 3rd active umpire with 4,000 or more games. Joe West, Cowboy Joe West, and Tim McClellan, the other 2. Tonight's cold hard fact is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
Jerry Davis, 28 years in the big leagues. Native of St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, you gave Missouri in there.
Missouri. That's how the natives say it. Here's Seth Smith. Takes the pitch down low. Smith serving as a DH tonight. 308 on the young season. Smith fouls it back.
4,000 games and probably never had an argument.
You think so?
Yeah. He's a good umpire, though.
He says his proudest moment as a Major League umpire working behind the plate at Game 6 of the 1996 World Series. He's a product of the Al Summers Umpire School, a graduate in 1976. This one down the line, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. Extra base hit for Seth Smith as Hamilton gets it back in. A 2-out knock. It's a man in scoring position for Oakland. Smith picking up his 3rd double of the year.
Smith is 1 for 6 in his career versus Joe Blanton, but gets a pitch to be able to turn on and hit it down the right field corner.
Smith with 14 home runs last year with Oakland in his first season as a member of the A's. Into 125 games.
This Oakland team, though, has a pretty good interchangeable parts, though. A lot of good guys coming off the bench, some power for them. A lot of different players throughout their everyday lineup, but they do have a solid bench.
Josh Donaldson looks at a breaking ball low. He's the third baseman who had a couple of hits last night, going 2 for 5. 167 on the young season. 3 runs batted in. Tied at 1 here in the second. Tops this one foul. Evens up the count. Donaldson, a product of Auburn University. Chicago Cubs first round pick. 48th overall. Sandwich pick in 2007 by the Cubs. Got traded to Oakland in 2008. 1-1 pitch. 2 balls and a strike. In the Rich Harden, Chad Godin trade.
Boy, Rich Harden, when you saw him when he first came up with Oakland, just an incredible power arm. Just could never stay healthy.
3-1. Eric Sogard, the second baseman's on deck. Popped him up. Howie Kendrick drifting out. And Hamilton calls him off. The inning comes to an end. Oakland leaves a man in scoring position. We'll head to the bottom of the second, still tied. Netta for the Angels against Tommy Milone as we take a look at the Kia standings in the Revamped American League West. The Angels off to a slow start, 2-5, 3.5 back of the A's. Texas was shut out earlier today by the Tampa Bay Rays, and now Texas heads up to Seattle to take on the Mariners. And they'll also go on to Chicago to take on the White Sox, while Houston will come here for a 3-game set beginning on Friday. Tommy Milone delivers a strike on Howie. Kendrick had a 3-hit game last night, 3 for 4, had a stolen base, had a triple, and also picked up an RBI. 296 on the year. Off-speed pitch. It's 0-2.
Boy, Howie just had a great approach. Base hit in the hole between short and third. Base hit up the middle and the triple to right field. So just a quiet approach he has, letting his hands get through the baseball, so important for him.
And his triple came with 2 outs in that 6th inning last night for the Angels. Put the Halos up. This one back up the middle, just like Callaspo did in the 1st inning, and that's a base hit. Leadoff man is on.
I think when we talk to the hitters today, their approach against Tommy Milone, that's what you have to try to do. He will pitch inside, and you still will have time to be able to turn on it. But the off speed and the changeup away, you have to think up the middle. And that ground ball right by Milone for a base hit.
So you essentially, with a guy like Milone and the way he features his pitches, you would say look off speed and react to fastball if you can.
Yeah, because you still can. He's throwing 84 to 88 range, so you're still quick enough to be able to turn on a fastball inside. He will cut a fastball in, which makes it difficult at times, but your approach has to be away and off speed.
Brendan Harris will look at a strike. He's 1 for 3 and been primarily used as a pinch hitter, pinch runner. First week plus for the Angels. He gets a start tonight. This is his first major league start since June 13th, 2010. And he got this start as a member of the Twins at third base in a game against the Atlanta Braves. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball.
And people asked today about Andrew Romine getting that start at shortstop. Mike Scioscia said that he liked the way Brendan Harris played, not only shortstop, but the way he was swinging the bat all spring training long. So he's really confident putting him in this spot right now.
Likes the matchup as well. Right-handed batter against Milone. Keep in mind that Andrew Romine, no longer a switch hitter. He bats solely from the left side of the plate now. Very, very good defender, but Mike opting to go with the matchup tonight.
Well, it's going to be real difficult for Mike Scioscia to send base runners against Milone, though. You can see by the size of the lead, it's very difficult to get a read.
1-1 pitch, lifted foul and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I mentioned we have not received any word on Erick Aybar as far as an update on his status. Still listed as day-to-day. The Angels did make a minor league move today as they signed the veteran outfielder first baseman Brad Hopp to a minor league deal.
Boy, at one point Brad Hopp was a very good hitter. Gap to gap type swing.
Now he's back. The 1-2. Harris shoots one foul. Harris making the team out of spring training. Non-roster invitee to spring training. Smothered by Jaso. Evens the count up at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And Jaso's always had a difficult time as far as throwing at would-be base stealers, but Bob Melvin picked tonight the opportunity to be able to get him behind the plate because it is difficult to try to steal against Tommy Milone. He did a nice job of being able to keep that ball from getting too far away from him. So nice decision by Melvin as far as getting Jaso an opportunity to catch and get his bat in the lineup, but also allow him to be able to have a feel for a pitcher out there to Mound and Malone who's difficult to run against.
Called strike 3 on the inside corner. There's out number 1. First strikeout for Malone.
Said he will pitch inside with the fastball, catches the inside corner at 87. Again, not overpowering, but spotted well inside.
So with 1 out, Kendrick at first base. Chris Iannetta comes up. Chris went 0 for 4 last night, hitting .250, couple of home runs and 5 runs batted in. Iannetta ahead of the count. 1 ball, no strikes. Many of the guys in this Angels lineup decent numbers against Tommy Malone. Ibar not in the lineup. 4 for 7. Borges is hitless against him. Peter's on deck. Callaspo now 3 for 6. Hamilton still 4 for 9. Pujols now 5 for 9. Trout 2 for 6. 2-0. Malone, along with Parker last year, setting a rookie best 13 wins for the Athletics franchise, surpassing Joe Blanton's 12. So a 12-win season for the A's in 2005.
With that ERA, though, on the road, 2 runs higher than it was pitching in Oakland. Definitely a pitcher's ballpark.
2-0 pitch. 3-0.
Next Socia knows that Chris Iannetta has a great eye at the plate. He's probably going to give him the green light because he knows what part of the plate he can do some damage in. He's going to look for inner half and try to turn it. Otherwise, he will take the pitch.
Very short lead for Kendrick at first with Malone on the mound. Strike 3-1. The Angels only have 2 stolen bases on the year. Now he's the proud owner of both of them. But as you pointed out, very difficult to run against Malone. And he walked him. So 2 on with an out here in the second inning. First walk issued by the left-hander. AMLB.com at bat is the #1 source for live baseball everywhere you go. Available for iPhone, iPad, Android, and BlackBerry 10. And bat delivers Angels baseball with live audio, pitch tracking, stats, news, highlights, and more. Just text at bat to 31826 or visit Angels.com for more details. So a single, a strikeout, and now a walk for Malone against the Angels here in the bottom of the second as we are tied up at 1. Borges had a multi-hit game last night as well, 2 for 5. That puts him at .353 on the season. Has a home run, 1 RBI, 1 triple. Donaldson plays in, as does Moss, the first baseman. Both guys on the grass. 0-1.
Peter trying to be a little more patient at the plate. Might have let a pretty good fastball get away there at 86.
Borges in the hole at 0-2. Oakland getting a run at the top of the first. The Angels answering. Single by Callaspo, double by Pujols, sac fly by Hamilton. One ball, 2 strikes. Figure After showing that fastball up and in, it turn one over on the outside part of the plate, an off-speed pitch to Peter.
Yeah, and if you're Borges right now, you're just looking away. Let me show you that fastball at 87 off the plate.
There's the off-speed pitch, 2 down.
Turn this changeup over. Just like you said with Jared Parker, Tommy Milone with a plus changeup gets a swing and miss against Borges.
Well, it has been an issue for the Angels through the first 7 games of the season. The situational hitting, men in scoring position. Halos came into tonight batting just 119 in that category, 7 for 59. See if Trout could pick up Kendrick from second base. That's in the dirt. Mike's 0 for 1. He grounded out to Donaldson in the first.
And Mike Scioscia was asked that question earlier today too. Was he concerned about that? The approaches at the plate. So the guys at times press a little bit and he's trying to do too much. He wants them to relax and go back to their normal approach at the plate. Treat it as if there's no one on base as compared to having somebody in scoring position.
One 0 pitch. 2-0. Pretty good after that first at bat.
Well, he has a mental approach. What did he get me out the first at bat? So I make that adjustment. And as the game progresses, even sees the ball much better as it goes along.
Head of the count at 2-0. He'll look at his strike. Track the changeup there. Thought about pulling the trigger. 2-1.
And in the dugout right now, you're looking, okay, every time that Tommy Milone has been behind in the count, he's gone to his changeup. So that's the approach. If you look up there early in the count, he seems to throw a fastball. Behind in the count, he's throwing an off-speed pitch.
Outfield shred around for Oakland. This one's popped up. Shallow right field. Chris Young coming on. The Angels will leave a man in scoring position. Through 2. We're still tied at 1. It's Joe Blanton, Sogard, Crispin, Jaso. No strikeouts, no walks for Blanton. 2 hits allowed. Sogard getting the start at second base. Scott Sizemore being placed on the disabled list today. This one's fouled off to the left. Sizemore went back on just a routine little pop-up flare to shallow right field last night. Didn't come up with the ball and fell in for a hit for Mike Trout, but then came up limping. And they found out today he's going to have surgery on that ACL again as Hamilton boots that ball in right. Sogard trying for second, and he is in there. So that should go as a single and an error on Josh Hamilton. It's a man in scoring position.
Hit well by Sogard. Then off the heel of the glove of Josh Hamilton, gets away just far enough. So Sogard's going to take that opportunity to try to get into second because he's hustled right out of the batter's box. Reads it. At that point, he's going to take the chance. Now lead off at second base with Coco Crisp, who's been swinging the bat so well. Makes it difficult for the defense and Joe Blanton right now.
7th error for the Angels on the season. Here's Crisp, who singled, stole a base, and scored in the first. Shows bunt, takes a strike.
Big curveball from Blanton. That's the pitch that you can get Crisp out with, a changeup and slow curveball. It's very good on a fastball.
Corner infielders in for the Angels. Swinging a miss on the breaking ball. 0-2. A little more bite to the breaking ball tonight than we saw in that first start against Cincinnati for Joe.
A little warmer, get a better feel for the baseball, the seams of the baseball.
Try to sneak that fastball on the inside corner.
Chris Iannetta wanted that fastball up. Inner half it down, fortunately enough for Joe Blanton, that he pulled that one foul. Coco Crisp. Got to go right back with that curveball now. That's why that pitch before Iannetta wanted a high fastball, because you throw the same plane with the curveball.
Still an 0-2 count on Crisp.
I looked at how Jerry Weaver approached Coco Crisp over the years. He threw that big slow curveball, a lot of changeups to him, but he was very successful against him. That's the approach you have to take, because he's very quick. He's got a short, compact swing on a fastball, but his swing gets a little longer on something off speed.
Pick off a tapped and no throw from Blanton. Harris cutting in. Coco in his 4th year as a member of the Athletics. Off speed, rolled to second. Howie's got it. Will advance Sogard to third. Fans, tomorrow the Halos will be taking on these A's at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive a Mike Trout blanket courtesy of Pechanga Resort and Casino while supplies last. To purchase your tickets, visit the Angels Stadium ticket office or log on at angels.com.
That might come in handy in Minnesota.
I'm sure that was very handy out there in Tempe when they filmed that shot.
Yes. Well, early on they had some snow in Arizona.
Get out of here.
They did.
I know
when
they
first
did,
came out.
Not when they were filming that. 90 degrees. Infield in. Jaso takes a big rip, fouls it back. Yeah, Minnesota next week. That's where the Angels head after the game on Sunday. 3-game road trip against Minnesota. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights. Temperatures supposed to be in the 40s.
Supposed to be getting snow in the next couple days out there.
That's all right. It'll clear out. They've got those warmers built into Target Field. They also have windows.
Yes.
For the booths. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Jaso grounded out to Trumbo in his first inning at bat, so he's 0 for 1.
Well, amazing when you could throw an all-speed pitch first pitch, even with a real good fastball hitter. We saw that last night with John Jaso. He was late on that second pitch at 91 because the first pitch was slower and threw off his timing.
Breaking pitch lays off. A 1-ball, 2-strike count. You see the numbers for Jaso against the Angels in his career. Former Ray, former Mariner. Picked up this offseason in a trade with Seattle. This one's lined past Trumbull. And that'll bring home Sogard. Oakland back on top 2-1 as Jaso picks up his 6th RBI.
Well, it's amazing what he's been able to do against Angel pitching. Even on a breaking pitch, he was able to stay back long enough to be able to drive it over Trumbo's head. A breaking ball, but this time it stayed up over the middle of the plate. With the infield in over the head and by Mark Trumbo at first base.
So Jaso's at first, 1 out, and here's Jed Lowrie, shortstop. Baseball being put into play. Lowrie grounded out to Kendrick in the first inning, but that brought home a run, so gets credit for his 7th run batted in. Lined into left field, a base hit. Elevated fastball. Jaso will stop at second. 3rd hit of the inning for Oakland. Their 5th overall. Here comes Cespedes.
Just that good approach. Just went the other way. Quiet hands. Continues to swing the bat well this year.
Cespedes, the left fielder, was out in front of an off-speed pitch. Huge one to Trumbo to end the first. 0 for 1. He's got Jaso at second and Lowrie over at first base. Angels playing their outfield straight around. There's a great shot of it. Breaking ball is low. Cespedes not a guy that you can cheat in the outfield a little bit just because of his power and his ability to drive the ball to all fields.
Yeah, he can hit a fastball whether it's the inside part of the plate or up and away. So you have to respect that power and you have to play deeper in the outfield.
Two and 0. This one lifted out towards center. Playable for Borges. Jaso's back to the bag at second. See if he's going to tag. He is. Here comes the throw from Peter, and it is not in time. Pretty good throw from Borges. Lowrie stays at first base. 2 outs.
And if Callasco keeps that tag on Jaso because he went off the base, he's going to be out. Try to make a sweep tag on a strong throw from Borges from center. He did a nice job as far as getting his momentum going towards the throw towards third base. Perfect throw. On that hard slide, he pops off the base.
Then Alberto came up, maybe just conceding that he was safe. Hopefully, knowing how many outs there were, 2 outs, you think you've got the 3rd out there in a double play situation, you'd stick with it. But immediately turned to see where Lowrie was, and he remained at first base. So Brendan Moss comes up, swings the first one, bounces one inside the bag and down the line. Jaso will score. Lowrie's heading to third. He's being waved home. The relay from Kendrick is not in time, and Oakland has scored multiple runs yet again with 2 outs. 4-1 A's.
Boy, last time up, Moss took a first pitch fastball. You can see it in his mind because last night, first pitch fastball he hit out of the ballpark. He was not going to let this one go this time around, and was able to get the good part of the bat and hit it right down the first base line, scoring 2 with that triple.
Moss now with 7 runs batted in. Mike Butcher out to pay a visit. 47 pitches thrown by Blanton. First triple of the year for Moss. So the Angels down by 3 here in the 3rd. Chris Young to batter, the right fielder, 0 for 1. A ground ball to Callaspo in the 2nd inning. This one pulled, and Callaspo's got it. Low throw dug out by Trumbo. The inning comes to an end, but not before Oakland strikes for 3. They lead it 4-1. Leads it as they scored 3 in the top of the 3rd. Coming up in the bottom of the 3rd, Callaspo, Pujols, and Hamilton. Coming up later on in the game, we'll have the Carl's Jr. Sports Update. We'll fill you in on some of the surprise teams throughout Major League Baseball and the lucky 10s. 3 teams today have scored 10 runs in a ball game.
Yeah, scoring seems to be going up a little bit this year as compared to the last couple of years.
Callaspo had a single into center field in the 1st and scored the lone Angels run. He's 1 for 1. Malone had a couple of strikeouts and a walk in that 2nd inning.
Well, it's so important for the offense for the Angels to respond and get right back and score at least a run this inning.
(3-0).
Got to be taken, maybe even taken the 3-1 pitch if it's not a perfect one.
Halos have had some opportunities aside from that 1st inning situation. They left Pujols stranded at 2nd base. The Angels tonight 0 for 3 with men in scoring position. 3-1. Borderline pitch on the inside part.
The old 3-0 strike. Close enough.
Full count. And now the payoff pitch. Roberto pulls one to the left side toward the hole. Donaldson smothers it, gets up, low throw, dug out by Moss. 1 away.
Good range from Donaldson, strong arm, but even better play by Moss at first base. That's a very difficult short hop. showing some range. Always had that strong arm, former catcher, but a low throw, good pick. All right, Brendan Moss at first.
Sauber comes up. He doubled in the left field corner his first time up. So the fastball away. Double for Albert, his second of the year.
It's his fifth double off of Malone.
.507 career doubles for Albert.
He's past Babe Ruth. He's 3 behind Ricky Henderson.
2-1.
Well, anytime you're even mentioned with Babe Ruth, you know you put up some tremendous numbers.
This one toward the left field corner, and that will fall for a hit. Cespedes was shading him that way this time. Albert thought about going, and you don't want to mess around a whole lot with Cespedes and his arm.
Yeah, good position to stay right there at first base. Cespedes, we talked about his range and his throwing arm, and he's very aggressive. Another nice job by Pull, staying back long enough, let his hands stay back, even though his front hip might have been open on the changeup. It kept his hands back. He gets a base hit into left field.
So Hamilton comes up, 1 out, 1 on. Halos down by 3. Hamilton with a sac fly in the first, picking up his 4th run batted in. Lines this one down the left field line. That's headed toward the corner. It'll rattle around to see if Cespedes comes up with it cleanly. He does. That means Pujols will stop at third base. Double for Josh Hamilton, his first hit as an Angel.
Quite nice approach there. Good at bat at first one, sac fly. This one just looks the other way. It hit hard to left field. Second double for Hamilton. It's a pretty good pitch. It was not thigh high away, but it's located well, but better approach. Quiet hands, crushes to left field.
But you hear so often the very good hitters talk about letting the ball travel, getting inside the baseball. That was picture perfect, letting that ball travel deep and just shooting it down the left field line as Trumbo steps up, pulls one towards short. Lowry's got it. A high throw. Trumbo reaches, and Pujols will score. It's 4-2. And I'm wondering, with Lowry as good a defender as there is at shortstop, if Hamilton breaking towards third and then stopping maybe altered that grip a little bit for Lowry.
Well, we saw that last night, that little indecision. Puts this ball in the hole, Mark Trumbo does. The backhand, he saw out of the corner of his eye Hamilton going, but then decides to make the throw to first. Ends up being a high throw. So it cost him back-to-back nights, that little indecision. As far as yesterday was thinking about throwing to third with Pujols was at second, and here the same thing with Hamilton at second.
It's a straight error on Lowry, and Kendrick takes inside. So no run batted in for Trumbo. Well, they are giving him an RBI.
Should be, because he's going home on that. You can't assume to play.
You're right. Hamilton still at second base and 1 out. Off the end of the bat, foul. Evens up the count.
It was so important to respond back, and so far the Angels have been able to do so. Getting one, now an opportunity to get right back in the game. Reason why it's important, because if a pitcher sees that with his offense is swinging well for him, he can throw a 0 up there. All of a sudden the momentum stays on your side. Now all of a sudden it's back on the Angels side.
Now he's 1 for 1 with a single into center field. Tries to bunt his way on and bunts it foul. Interesting situation and or idea by Howie Kendrick with 1 out. And Brendan Harris in the on-deck circle.
Well, Mike Scioscia has Howie in a position to be a run producer. When you're hitting that 6th spot, Mike has a lot of confidence in Howie to be able to drive in runs. That's his responsibility. Yes, it's open at infield for the bunt, but Howie can drive in runs. That's what his job is to do this year for the Angels.
He's in the hole now, to ball and 2 strikes. Pulls this one towards third. Donaldson has it, goes to second base for 1 and no relay. Big turn by Hamilton at third, but he gets back to the bag.
I think this conversation's about the potential. If Brendan Harris is behind in the count, you might see Howie going. And what play would they put on? You might have the infielders come in and cut off the throw from Jaso to be able to make sure there's no double steal for the Angels. Otherwise, it's you know exactly what you're going to go after Harris with. But I think that's a situation where you talk about what happens if Harris is behind in the count and Mike Scioscia sends Howie from first base.
Hamilton at third base, Kendrick at first, 2 outs. Brendan Harris struck out looking at the second inning. Start him off with a changeup. 0-1. Harris pulls one over to third. Donaldson has it. That ball took a weird hop off the lip of the grass, but Donaldson sticks with it. The Angels only manage 1. We're through 3. Oakland leads it by 2. Collects his first hit at home as an Angel, a double down the left field line, but the Angels only managed just 1 run in that third inning. They had opportunities, and now still 0 for 6 now with men in scoring position. If they stranded 5 through the first 3 innings. Blanton needs to throw up a 0 here in the 4th, facing the bottom third of the order for Oakland. Smith, Donaldson, and Sogard. And the first one shot toward the alley in left center field, and that is going to split both Trout and Borges. Seth is going to try to go to second base, and he is in there with a leadoff double. Second double of the ball game for Smith.
Well, you can't play some baseball any better between 2 speedy outfielders and Trout and Borges. Fastball away, stay with it. That's a nice approach by Seth Smith. He's got gap type power, right center, left center. And right away, you have pressure. Once again, with a man on second, Oakland has been doing a good job as far as situational hitting in these spots.
Donaldson is 0 for 1. Swings to the first one and fouls it off. The other thing we've seen tonight is a lot of comfortable swings in the batter's box for Oakland.
When you have a pitcher on the mound with the reputation for a lot of strikes, you're more apt to be aggressive.
Beach balls come onto the outfield warning track, taken care of. And Donaldson settles back in. 0-1 count. Oakland with a run in the first and 3 in the third. No strikeouts, no walks. But 7 hits allowed by Blanton. Just off the end of the bat. 0-2. That's some good movement too.
Almost like a little fastball.
Yeah, cut fastball.
Donaldson's right on top of the plate too.
Oakland tops the American League in home runs at the start of the day with 15. Second in runs with 47. Second in slugging. Fifth in on base percentage. And tops in pitching. 2.88 staff ERA. Breaking pitch. Donaldson will advance Smith over to third base. There's out number 1.
Again, another good job by an A's hitter as far as situational hitting. Get a ground ball to the right side and advancing Seth Smith to third base. Bringing the infield in once again for the Angels here against Sogard.
Aspa is going to come in and talk with Blanton. Sogard, the second baseman, 1 for 1. He singled and scored in the third inning. That came as a leadoff man. It's actually with that base hit, Hamilton made an error. Sogard reached second base. 1-0.
Clearly, with the number 9 hitter up, you always think in terms of a potential suicide squeeze, but it's more difficult to get the job done with a left-handed batter up, because if you have good communication in your infield, you can pitch out on your own as a pitcher.
Outfield shallow as well against Sogard. There's a strike. Oakland with Sizemore going on the disabled list called up Andy Perino from AAA Sacramento. Former San Diego Padre. Jam shot. Trumbo's got it to the backhand. Will race to the bag and get the out. Smith stays at third base. So as Coco Crisp steps to the plate, we'll check out our AT&T Twitter poll for tonight. Who will lead the American League in steals? Trout, Crisp, or Jacoby Ellsbury?
Ellsbury up to a good start with 4 stolen bases this year. A guy that could steal some bases when he's in that lineup. Crisp, another one. Mike Trout led the American League last season in stolen bases.
Coco picked up a stolen base earlier in the ball game. Takes the off-speed pitch outside. Crisp is 1 for 2, a single in the first, and A ground out to Kendrick into third. Saw some pretty good off-speed pitches from Blanton in that third inning at bat. Smith with the leadoff double stands at third base. 1-0 pitch from Blanton. Get that backdoor breaking ball in there. 2-0.
Well, even though Coco has been hot this year, you look on that on-deck circle, and John Jaso on deck, who's had some great swings against the Angels. It's the guy you want to go after right here if you're Joe Blanton.
3-1. The Halos in the bottom of the fourth will have 8-9 and 1 due up. Iannetta, Borges, and Trout. It's Tommy Milone. And he lost a first walk issued by Blanton. And now you've got runners at the corners. And you've got to face Jaso.
It'll be interesting to see what Bob Melvin does. Coco Crisp, stolen base in the first inning. If he steals a base early on, that allows Mike Scioscia to walk John Jaso with the open base potentially. So does Bob Melvin keep Crisp at first and allow Jaso to try to swing?
Iannetta setting up the defense, flashing the signs as relayed from Mike Scioscia. Just in case Crisp ends up taking off for second. Jaso 1 for 2, an RBI single in the third inning. Eventually came around to score. Seth Smith over at third base, Coco Crisp at first. Hamilton playing shallow in right field and playing Jaso to pull. Borges shading him to the alley in right center field as he looks at a breaking ball for a strike. The Angels have action going in their bullpen. Breaking ball grounded to second base. Howe has got it. And the inning comes to an end. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. Oakland leading it 4-2.
Bob Melvin kept Coco Crisp at first base. Joe Bland goes changeup, curveball. Curveball again to get Jaso out, 4-3 to finish off that inning and prevent Oakland from scoring their 5th run. Good job by Joe, but you understand what Bob Melvin was doing. He's allowing Jaso to swing the bat, but Bland threw him off-speed pitches and got him out in front, and he pulled it to second base for the out.
Yeah, it was mentioned just before that Bland made that pitch to Jaso. Jerome Williams was up and loosening. Williams is now down, so Bland will be coming back out for the 5th inning. 4-2, Oakland leads it, bottom of the 4th. Chris Iannetta to lead things off here against Tommy Milone. A's with 7 hits, the Angels with 5. Milone with a couple of strikeouts and a walk. Left-hander at 60 pitches so far, 37 strikes, 23 balls. Iannetta drew that walk in the second. Fouls off the first one. Gooby, get ready. Oh, nice catch. Hit your water bottle.
Yes, it did. Was able to field it on one hop. That felt good, too.
Smooth. Don't rub it.
No.
Just tape an aspirin to it. Your hand will be fine.
Yeah, no question.
Good thing you were
standing.
standing.
I just happen to stand up to. Why does the baseball always find me?
And then it swings through the off-speed pitch, 1-2. Iannetta fouls this one off to the right. That is a rubbed up baseball, by the way, that we're looking at here in the booth.
I do like that. Harder to see.
2-2. Borges is on deck. Iannetta's worked the count to full. And not giving in either. 3-2, 79-mile-per-hour changeup.
It's amazing how Chris Iannetta can always seem to get himself back into a good count.
Yep.
Even if he's behind the count 0-2, next time you look up, it's 3-2. But Tommy Milone will not give in and throw a 3-2 fastball necessarily. I mean, that's why you see the off-speed pitch, changeup.
And he walked him. So the 2 walks that Milone has issued, both have gone to Chris Iannetta. Leadoff man is on board. So we welcome you inside our broadcast booth, Victor and Gooby. And as we were just talking about, the baseball rubbed up, by the umpires before the game. And I know it was brought up the other day in the Angels-Rangers game, but that is an awfully dark baseball.
Yeah, I used to love when Richie Garcia was a home plate umpire. I used to send over some soda to him. Said, "Hey, I love the way you rub up the baseball. It's dark enough so they're not going to be able to see when I make a mistake over middle part of the plate."
Oh man.
Hey, sometimes when you don't have your good stuff, you need that baseball to be rubbed up and be dark enough where the hitter's not going to see it.
Borges tries to bunt his way on and fouls it off for strike one. That's a Delaware River mud.
Yes. You got some information.
Borges struck out in the second. He's 0 for 1. Iannetta reaching, second time that the Angels have had their leadoff man reach to start the inning. Last night they did it 7 times out of the 9 innings. And of those 7 times, that leadoff man scored twice. 0-1 pitch. Borges again showing bunt and takes low.
With a left-handed pitcher, the tendency is you're going to fall towards third base side. That's why Borges is trying to, if he's thinking of bunt, he's going to try to push it towards Sogard at second base.
This one back toward the middle. Lowry flips it to Sogard. Low throw dug out by Moss. A double play.
It's the only chance you're going to have to get a double play. That's a nice play. Then Lowry to be able to flip with the glove to Sogard. And all in one motion. That's a quick turn. Borges very fast going down the line, but well played by Oakland's middle infield.
So 2 outs, bases clear for Trout. Mike's 0 for 2 with a ground ball to third and a fly ball to right. Donaldson playing in at third just in case. There's a striking at the knees. It looked like Trout liked that call. 1-1. A little different strike zone tonight by Brian Knight compared to that of Mike Mashlinsky over at third base tonight.
Certainly not afraid to call a strike on the corner.
1-2.
Well, you just knew he was throwing a changeup after that pitch before. Hit 86 inside and down. Change of speed once again. Tommy Milone does a great job as far as never falling into a sequence where you'll see back-to-back fastballs.
Count is evened up with Callaspo on deck. Oakland with 1 in the first and 3 in the third. The Angels with solo runs in the first and third innings. Called strike 3. Got him looking. Back-to-back fastballs. That one paints the inside corner. 4 in the books. 4-2 Oakland. Check availability at 1-800-PICK-AT&T. Rethink possible. And by CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax, start here. Top of the 5th inning here at the Big A. Oakland on top by the score of 4-2. A's setting up 3, 4, and 5 against Joe Blanton, Lowry, Cespedes, and Moss. The first one's down low on the off speed. Jed Lowry, the shortstop, 1 for 2. RBI ground out in the first inning. Singleton scored in the third. Hits this one out toward right center field. Hamilton moving over. 1 away. That's just the fourth fly ball out.
Now notice Joe Bland, a lot of ground ball outs today. Generally known as a fly ball pitcher.
Cespedes steps in 0 for 2. It was Nubber over to Trumbo in the first inning. It did a fly ball to center in the third. Strike in at the knees. Cespedes off to a slow start. Don't figure that will last long. Very talented player. 2-1.
Showing some pretty good patience. Early on last year, he was very aggressive, swinging the pitches out of the zone, but then toned it down, and that's why you saw him put up those numbers.
3-1. Blanton wanted that pitch. Cespedes led the team on base percentage and slugging last year. On base percentage at .356, slugging at .505. There's a strike, full count. And combined, that's an .861 OPS, Gooby. Just did the math for you real quick.
Oh, thank you.
You got it.
Good improvement. Like I said, didn't chase.
Skied this one out to center. Not hit very deep. Borges comes charging in, calls off Kendrick. 2 outs.
Thank you. Second fly ball out. Take a look at Chevrolet. Most AL titles during Mike Scioscia's era as manager of the Angels. 5 for the Angels, 5 for Oakland. Texas with 2 and Seattle with 1. Oakland came out of nowhere last year to win the division.
Brandon Moss, a 1-ball, no strike count. He had a 2 RBI triple in the third.
Well, it did seem like a lot of these hitters for Oakland strictly look for a fastball. And they don't get cheated when they get a fastball.
No, Reddick's the same way. He's in the lineup.
Derek Norris, same way. John Jaso in the lineup today, jumps on a fastball.
And they try to get you early in the count. Tried to climb the ladder, evens the count at 2-2.
So the key, really, when you think about it as a pitcher against Oakland, this lineup in particular, even guys on the bench, is making sure you're able to throw a changeup and a curveball.
Tried to go outside with a breaking ball. Full count. 79 pitches thrown by the Angel right-hander in his home debut tonight. In the air to right field, hit well. Hamilton and Borges back, and that is gone. A solo home run. 5-2 Oakland. 82-mile-per-hour off-speed pitch. Second home run of the season for Moss.
Well, he's had himself a series already in the first 2 games. Well, anytime you see a reaction from the catcher where he's reaching back to the baseball, all you can hope for is that he missed it. And Brandon Moss did not miss that one.
8 runs batted in on the year, and all 8 runs batted in have come over the last 3 games. Chris Young looks at a breaking pitch for a strike. 16th home run hit by the Athletics on the season. And the 4th allowed by Blanton. Young's 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. This one towards short. Harris can't get it. Young with good speed stops at first. And dare I say yet again the 2-out run.
Bottom line is, as a pitcher too, when you get those 2 outs, you got to remain and keep the focus. Sometimes you think you're through the inning, but you see so often the innings kind of blow up against you on the mound because you think you're through it, you lose focus, and before long they're getting some good swings against you.
Seth Smith 2 for 2, couple of doubles. Now with 4 doubles on a year. One into the right field corner, the other one into the alley in left center. Jerome Williams is back up and warming in the Angels bullpen. There's Jerome. Nine hits tonight for the Athletics. And 12 last night. The Angels had 13 last night. Halos with 5 this evening. 1-1. Bland trying to get through the 5th inning with 2 outs and a man at first.
Chris Young has that look like he's going to try to steal a base here. He's got pretty good speed. Bland quick to the plate though.
Young had a running start. Picks up his first of the year.
That's the old Torrey Hunter special to start to go when a pitcher's in the stretch position. All you can do as a pitcher is step off. And Joe Blanton doesn't have much of a leg kick. He basically a slide step. Very difficult to step off at that point when you have the momentum going towards home.
3 balls and a strike. And there's ball 4. Donaldson coming up now. Couple of fly ball outs to start this 5th inning. Then the 3-2 pitch. Moss with a home run. Young with a single, and now the walk. Jerome's ready to go in the pen if Susha is ready to go to the mound with a hook. One ball, no strikes. And I would venture a guess that this more than likely be Blanton's last inning regardless. A's hitters have looked comfortable against him tonight. This one grounded to short. Harris bobbles it. Throws a second, and they get the force out at second base. The inning comes to an end. Oakland tacks on a run. They lead it 5-2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. on the Nationals or the defending World Series champion Giants take on the Cubs at Wrigley Field, or Rays Red Sox. Fox Saturday Baseball presented by Chevrolet returns this week at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
Boy, Atlanta is on fire. What, 8-1 now?
Yep. Shut out the Miami Marlins 8-0 in Miami tonight.
It's going to be a tough go for that Marlin team. All those players they traded away.
Here the fifth for the Angels. Callaspo, Pujols, and Hamilton 2, 3, and 4 against Tommy Milone. Young left-handers, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. Callaspo 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. One ball, no strikes. Milone has just now thrown his 77th pitch of the evening. 46 strikes.
Again, changeup and a fastball count. His changeup's been excellent.
Two one downstairs. 3 balls and a strike.
Got to believe Callaspo will get a fastball here. We've seen him throw a number of changeups, but this spot, especially with Pujols on deck, Callaspo's got to be getting a fastball.
Fouls this one back. Down to the Diamond Club. And a full count.
Now there's a possibility after that fastball that he could get a changeup.
That is hooked down the line and foul. 5th full count for Tommy Milone tonight. And Callaspo takes ball 4. He walked him. Second straight inning in which Milone has issued a leadoff walk. Let's go back to our Hyundai key to the game.
Talk about the machine, the battle scars, the guy that you one up in these situations to will the team an opportunity to win a game. And Pujols has been solid so far. A double in the first and a single and a run scored in the third.
Albert 2 for 2 tonight with a double in the first, a single, and a run scored in the third inning.
Well, you can tell by the look for Albert Pujols. He goes, "Can you please throw that pitch once again?"
Down and in at 86 miles per hour. Chaso set up inside, and that is in off the plate. We're talking about backing up the fastball with another one. He did it to Trout and locked him up.
He tried to get Pujols thinking he was going to go change up away to try to sneak a little cut fastball inside.
Has not happened too often tonight. The 1-1. 3 in a row.
Another one. Well, when he's going in, he's making sure it's off the plate in, though. First pitch right on the corner. Next two, cutting action off the plate in. Trying to see if Pujols will be aggressive and pull that one foul.
Sogard shading Pujols toward the middle. Dalbert lines one toward the corner. That is going to be a fair ball. One hopper off the top of the fence, and it rolls over the fence. So it's a double for Albert. Third hit of the night, his second two-bagger.
Boy, he went inside once again, and how quick those hands were by Pujols turning on that pitch. Now 6 doubles against Milone. I mean, that ball's off the plate and up, but he's so quick. the top of the wall and eventually over.
So Callaspo at third. Pujols at second. Here's Hamilton. Josh with a sacrifice fly in the first. Double down the left field line in the third inning. Lays off the breaking ball. 1-0 count.
That's exactly what Mike Scioscia is talking about as far as his hitters with runners in scoring position. Showing some patience. Don't swing at a pitcher's pitch. Stay within your normal routine at the plate.
Off speed pitch. One ball, one strike on Hamilton. Double he picked up in the third inning, his second of the season. Callaspo with a leadoff walk. Pujols with the double. 1-1 pitch. This one pulled foul.
That breaking ball got a lot of the plate. And Hamilton just pulled it foul. We're likely to see Malone expand the strike zone, try to bounce this one down and away. Callaspo's got to be aware, just in case the baseball is in the dirt, that he can advance and score.
Oakland starting to get action in their bullpen. Chris Resop, whom the Angels faced last night, is getting ready. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth. The Angels down by 3. 2-2 on the way. That's outside. Full count. Trumbo's on deck. The Angels saw everybody out of the bullpen with the exception last night of Evan Scribner. Everyone else came into the ball game, including Grant Balfour in a non-save situation. Here's a 3-2. Hamilton swings and misses. There's out number 1.
Well, you just knew and felt that Malone was not going to give in. Even with a 5-2 lead, 3-2 count, stuck with the breaking pitch. After the fastball, the pitch before was off the corner.
So the infield still back with 1 out, still second and third. Mark Trumbo the batter. Mark is popped out and reached on the error by Lowry. Trumbo got credit for an RBI when Lowry bobbled that ball as Pujols scored in that third inning. 7th run batted in for Mark. Two and 0.
Still don't think Mark's going to get a fastball here. 2-0 count. Look to try to get that changeup, bring it up in the strike zone here so you get a ball in the air.
Outfield fairly deep against Trumbo. 2-0 pitch. That's high and tight. 3-0.
Gotta believe Trumbo's got a green light here.
He did. And Malone came right after him.
And that's the kind of swing you want from your power hitter on a 3-0 count. Missed it, but he tried to do some serious damage on this swing.
Think he throws him another fastball after that swing?
If I'm on the mound, I'm a lefty. I don't have an overpowering fastball now. I'm thinking changeup.
3-1. This one pulled foul behind Callaspo. Full count.
They went all speed. We talk about a big at bat here for the Angels and Mark Trumbo. The need to come through with a base hit here.
Chase is going to go out. Mull things over with Malone. Gives us an opportunity to send a little shout out and get well wishes to Marvin from Riverside. Hope you're feeling better. And it's from all of us here at the Big A. I know you're going through some struggles, medical issues, but hope you're feeling better. And hopefully Mark Trumbo comes through for you here in the 5th to make you even feel even that much better. Here's the payoff. Trumbo strikes out swinging, 2 outs.
Boy, went upstairs with a fastball. Cut action on the fastball too, 4-seamer.
So 2 outs via the strikeout. Callaspo still at third. Pujols still at second. 0-1. Howie is 1 for 2, a single and a fielder's choice. Off speed pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. 101 pitches thrown by Malone. And now the 1-1. This one looped out towards center field. That is going to get down for a hit. Callaspo will score. Pujols being waved around the relay to the plate, not in time. And it's a 1-run deficit for the Angels. Howie Kendrick comes through with a 2 RBI single.
Well, you talk about a clutch hit. Howie comes through. Cut that deficit now to just a 1 run. But Dino Evil does not hesitate as far as sending Pujols home. He knows Coco Crisp doesn't possess a big, strong arm, but he does get that ball into the relay man quickly. So that's why he was waving Pujols fast to be able to come home on that play. Pitch down, but right away Dino's sending him home quickly to make sure he gets there because of the relay throw in by Sogar from Coco Crisp, who does a good job of getting it right away to the relay man.
The Angels get their first hit with a man in scoring position tonight, are now 1 for 9 in that category. Here's Brendan Harris, and he swings the first one, fouls it back. Malone with the 27th pitch he has thrown this inning. Harris getting to start at shortstop for the injured Eric Ibar. 0 for 2 tonight. Struck out looking at a second and rolled into a fielder's choice that ended the 3rd. Howie now with 4 runs batted in on the year. Back-to-back multi-hit games for him. 0-2.
Boy, this went with the pitch. A slow changeup. Howie didn't try to do a lot with it. Just hit the ball up the middle. Not exactly crushed, but hit well enough because the approach was there.
Throw to first. Kendrick back easily. There's no signs of Jerome Williams warming up in the bullpen, so you figure that Joe Blanton's going to come back out. 9-1-2 for the A's coming up. Sogard, Crisp, and Jaso. 5-4. Oakland leads it, bottom of the 5th.
Howie with not a real big lead. But Malone thinking with an 0-2 pitch, he might try to steal a base here, get into scoring position, anticipating a breaking pitch in the dirt.
Bob Melvin trying to get Malone through this 5th inning. Getting qualified for a W. Now the 1-2. This one looped out toward right field. Young coming on, and he'll make the catch. The inning comes to an end. The Angels get 2 here in the 5th inning. We played 5. Oakland still on top by a run. On Friday, come out to the Gate 1 Music Garden for pregame music by Daniel Rosa from The Voice. For more information to purchase tickets, visit angels.com/band.
Sounds like some fun.
Joe Blanton had 89 pitches, 5 innings of work, 5 runs all earned, 2 walks, 9 hits allowed, including the home run to Moss. That came in the 5th inning. The Angels have Mark Lowe getting ready, the right-hander, as Eric Sogard leads things off. Pulls the first one under the glove of Trumbo into right field. So Oakland gets their leadoff man on board. See Mike Scioscia signaling to Chris Iannetta to go out and talk with Joe Blanton. Or so it appears anyway. Nope. Coco Crisp steps in. Trumbo gets charged with the error, his first of the year.
Playing in, and that baseball got underneath the glove.
There's the Iannetta chat with Blanton. This to allow Mark Lowe to get ready. Actually, it's a base hit for Sogard, not an error on Trumbo. And that's going to be it for Scioscia. He's going to pull the hook on Joe Blanton. We've got a pitching change here in the 6th inning, 5-4 Oakland. Rethink possible. And by Kia. Visit your Southern California Kia retailers or mysocalkia.com. 5-4 Oakland on top of the Angels here. In the top of the 6th inning, Joe Blanton done after giving up the leadoff base hit to Eric Sogard. Chatting things up with last night's starting pitcher C.J. Wilson. In and out, who's in, who's out. Blanton is done, and it's Mark Lowe, the right-handed, comes on to take over here, and he'll face the top of the order with Coco Crisp coming up.
Mark Lowe with a very good fastball, 93 to 96 range with good sink action. Also has a good hard slider, good changeup.
See the numbers for Mark last year. He had a tough outing in Texas on Sunday. This being his 4th as a member of the Angels. 4 1/3 innings, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. Sogard with a pretty good lead at first base. Crisp takes downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes on the Oakland A's center fielder. 1 for 2 tonight with a single, a stolen base, a run scored, a ground out, and a walk.
Mentioned Sogard with pretty good speed, but Mark Lowe's not easy to steal against. Not allow a stolen base against him last year. 1 base stealer was caught trying to steal.
Kayaspo playing in on the grass just in case Crisp has any ideas of dropping one down. Good speed. Two and 0.
Now you put Coco in a good fastball count here.
Skied out to right. Hamilton comes in. 1 away. Coco Crisp looking up to the heavens and angry at himself that he knew he had to pitch the drive there and missed it.
Well, he was in that fastball count like we said, and he got a good fastball to drive, but got underneath it. Every once in a while you get away with one of those. Talked about when the catcher reacts reaching back and putting his head down, but he got away with it. Crisp missed it.
Here's Jaso, the catcher, 1 for 3, had an RBI single in the 3rd. The slider just misses outside. Jaso now with 6 runs batted in. He's got Sogard, the second baseman, over at first base. Jason's the guy, if you get him to put the ball on the ground. Get a double play turn, get out of the inning.
Yeah, if you can sink a fastball away, he will roll over that ball and hit a ground ball in a second. You get a 4-6-3 double play. Avoid the inner half against him.
One and 2. Challenge with a fastball away. Jaso's 29 years of age, born in Chula Vista. To McKinleyville High School. Drafted by the Devil Rays in the 12th round of 2003. He's batting in the 2 spot tonight. He did some of that under Joe Madden with the Rays.
Even at times had him leading off.
Yeah.
because of his ability to work counts and see pitches.
Last year with Seattle, Jason had 276, 10 home runs, and 50 runs batted in. Sogard takes off. This one rolled foul. So back to first goes Sogard. The count still at a ball and 2 strikes. Chris Reshop still warming in the pen, so he'll be coming on in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Angels have 8, 9, and 1 coming up. Lowe charged with trying to keep this a 1-run deficit. It's Blanton's base runner over at first. Sogard. 10 hits tonight for the Athletics. Sogard doesn't go, and Jason pulls this one under the glove of Trumbo and into right field. Sogard rounds second, is going to try to go to third. The throw is not in time. Cut off by Callaspo. So first and third with an out.
Jason once again turning on a pitch and just under the glove of Mark Trumbo at first base. Allowing Sogard to be aggressive. He gets into third base on the 1st and 3rd.
Lowry tonight 1 for 3, a single in the 3rd inning. Had an RBI with a ground out in the 1st. Callaspo even with a bag at third base. And Callaspo comes in and has some words for Mark Lowe. I'll have to ask Alberto about that tomorrow. We've seen him come in quite a bit. Pitcher's mound. Two balls, no strikes. Mark Lowe, a Texas native. 29-year-old. Mariners 5th round pick in 04 out of the University of Texas Arlington. He falls behind here, 3 balls and no strikes with Cespedes on deck. And again, a second consecutive night, a lot of pitches thrown by both sides. As we play here in the 6th inning. Three and 1.
Mark Lowe has that ability to sink a fastball. If you get a ground ball at the middle infielders, you have a chance. Potentially have a double play to get through this inning without any damage.
He walked him. So they're loaded up for Cespedes. Cespedes tonight is 0 for 3. He's grounded out and twice. He's hit a fly ball to center field. Sogard standing at third base. Jaso at second. Lowry at first. Trumbo playing it at first. Pass a little bit deeper at third base with Cespedes up. Now time is called again, and these two are going to have another conversation on the mound. 5 runs, 11 hits, 1 error, 6 left on for the A's. 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, and 6 left on for the Angels.
Yeah, they want to make sure they know what sign with the man on second here. You go through a series of signs with the base runner at second, just in case you throw him off if he's trying to relay what pitch is going to be thrown to the batter.
In the dirt. This one shoots up the third base line, and it's 1 ball, no strikes.
Pretty good job by Chris Iannetta to be able to keep that baseball from getting too far away. Hard breaking ball in the dirt. Spin's going to be different than a fastball. Off the chest. Good technique. And quick as far as getting up and retrieving the baseball.
One ball, 1 strike. 15th pitch that lowest thrown since coming on. 7 strikes, 8 balls. The Angels have action in their bullpen. Dane De La Rosa is back up and warming. He pitched last night, making his Angels debut. De La Rosa was called up when Weaver was placed on the DL yesterday. A 2-1 count. Bases full of athletics. Tied him up with a fastball. That's kind of what you need to do there, especially in a hitter's count. At 2-1, it's Cespedes up.
Now you have an option with a 2-2 count. You could still throw your breaking ball. That's the pitch you got a better opportunity to get a swing and miss against Cespedes.
Sogard led off the inning with a base hit. Lowe came on to face Crisp, hit a fly ball to right field for the first down. Jason with a single, and Lowry with a walk to load him up. Now the 2-2. Missed inside, full count.
Part of the time you're not going to get a hitter to swing at something out of the zone. If you're getting the sign from the catcher and it's taking a minute before you decide on what pitch, it generally tells you that you're not in the same flow as far as Chris Iannetta's put down a breaking ball. Mark Lowe did not want to throw that. It came with a fastball, so if it's going to be borderline, you're not going to have a hitter chasing there. That indecision.
Moss, the first baseman's on deck. Time is called. The beach ball is on the warning track out at right center field. Lowe's ready. Here comes a 3-2. Breaking ball, and he walks in a run. It is 6-4 Oakland. And that's a breaking ball that was never a strike. Cespedes never even thought about swinging at that pitch. So back-to-back walks, and Mark Lowe is now done. A pitching change. 6-4 Oakland. TrucksTrucks.com today. And by 76, we're on the driver's side. A bases-loaded walk has given the A's a 2-run lead. Here in the 6th inning, base is still loaded, and there's still one out. Dane De La Rosa comes on to face Brandon Moss. Picked up just at the end of spring training. Made his debut last night. Went 1 inning, gave up a hit, and everything else was zeros. Jaso now at third base, Lowry at second, Cespedes at first. First one's upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Moss tonight, 2 for 3. 2 RBI triple in the 3rd inning, a solo home run in the 5th. The 2nd home run of the season. Two balls and no strikes. Took something off there. Had Moss out in front of it. It's 2-1.
Moss 5 for 7 in the series so far. 300 career hitter against the Angels.
Product of Riverside Community College, a Yankee farmhand. This one lifted down a left field line. Callaspo's going out, Trout's coming in, and it's a foul ball.
That would have been real interesting if Callaspo was able to make that play. There's no doubt that Mike Gallego, the third base coach for the A's, was going to send Jaso home, because that's a very difficult throw for a third baseman going back on the baseball to be able to turn around and a long throw to the home plate. Mike Gallego is very aggressive as a third base coach for Oakland.
Here's a 2-2. Breaking pitch, lays off. So a full count again. All 3 guys on base belong to Lowe. The book on Joe Blatt done. 6 runs, all earned. 5 innings plus a batter. Now the payoff. We walked him. It's 7-4. Climb back into the ball game, down by a run, and at some point the pitching staff is going to have to make these guys earn these runs. Four RBI night for Brandon Moss as he picks up the run batted in with a walk. Young fouls this one back. Young's 1 for 3, had a single in the 5th inning. Jerome Williams is back up and warming. He was up in the 5th inning. That's the guy we thought was going to start the 6th, but Landon came back out as Young swings through that one. And then Mark Lowe came on. Struck him out swinging 2 down.
The challenge of inside at 95. Big strikeout. De La Rosa. Great life on that fastball.
So here's Seth Smith, the DH tonight. A couple of doubles and a walk. 2 for 2. In for a strike. De La Rosa kind of reminds me a little bit of former A's right-hander Tyson Ross. Now Ross was just all arm, very little movement whatsoever. But height.
A good downward action, even though he didn't have much of a stride.
This one back up the middle. Harris can't get it. That's into center field. 2 runs are going to come in to score. Smith picks up a single and 2 RBIs. He's got 5 runs batted in on the year.
Boy, 3-hit game for him tonight.
And another 2-out hit for Oakland. It brings home a run.
Time that fastball was down, but it had a good approach right back through the middle.
Moss ends up at second, and with Donaldson up, the A's have hit around here in the 6th inning. Donaldson swinging from his heel. 0-1.
Certainly this time, after that type of swing, you're going to try to throw a fastball as hard as you possibly can when a guy comes out and swinging that hard.
1 ball, 1 strike. Donaldson tonight is 0 for 3. 9-4. Oakland on top here in the 6th inning. Book on low is complete as well. 1/3 of an inning, 3 runs. Here comes the 1-2 in the dirt. Runners stay put. Lowe gave up a hit and walked 2. Count remains even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Another full count with 2 outs. It means base runners will be taking off once again. Bouncer toward the middle. That's going to bring home a run. Heading over to third base is Smith. It's 10-4. Donaldson picks up his 4th run batted in.
Again, capitalize on a fastball. Fastball count 3-2.
And Eric Sogard will come up. He's the guy that started this 6th inning off with a base hit under the glove of Mark Trumbo. 2 for 3 tonight, getting to start at second base. Hits tonight for Oakland.
$15 last night.
And we're still on the top of the 6th. Two balls, one strike. It was a one-run deficit when this inning started. And that's hit out toward right center field. Borges on his horse giving chase. And near the wall will make the catch. And this inning mercifully comes to an end. Oakland strikes for 5. They lead it 10-4.
Ten to 4. Angels coming to bat here against Chris Resap. Take a look at our Carl's Jr. Sports update around Major League Baseball. The 2013 surprise teams. You look at Atlanta, very good start. Kansas City. And today's lucky 10s, a lot of runs scored. We saw earlier today 3 teams scoring 10, and now Oakland joining that group now with 10 runs scored. Obviously for Angel fan, that's not real lucky at this particular point. But we've seen some 10 scores, so maybe 6 come across here for the Angels and tie this one up this inning.
Can you use that telestrator and write unlucky on there? No?
I wish I could.
Here's Chris Resap. Pitched last night for Oakland. 61 games last year as a member of the Pittsburgh Pirates organization. Last night he came into some situations too, or he got himself into some situations and worked his way out of it. Resap ended up going an inning and 2/3, gave up a hit and struck out 2. Now no runs. They'll be facing 8, 9, and 1 for the Halos here in the 6th. Iannetta, Borges, and Trout.
You know, fastball 90-94 range for Resap. Also with a cut fastball, changeup, curveball. Good changeup for him also.
Tommy Milone went 5 innings, the requisite 5 innings. 7 hits, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. He allowed 4 runs, all 4 earned. Iannetta swings the very first pitch to start off the bottom of the 6th. Chris Young will put it away for the first out. So Borges comes up now.
Borges did a nice job to finish off that inning, going back on that baseball right at the wall to leap up and make a play.
That was just below the knees. Peter struck out of the 2nd inning, rolled into a double play in the 4th. This one pulled foul. One ball, one strike. Bad combination tonight. Pitching has not been there. And again, the issue that has been plaguing this Angels offense all season, situational hitting, has not been there either. Halos have had plenty of opportunities throughout the game and against Malone. But 1 for 9 with men in scoring position tonight. That puts the Angels 8 for 68 on the season. Now he came through with a 2 RBI single that cut the deficit to 1 in the 5th. 3 balls and a strike. Top of the order, and Trout on deck. Jerome Williams continues to loosen. He's about in his 3rd inning of warm-up pitches out there. Figure he'll be coming on in the 7th. Jerome's been up a couple of times tonight. Three-two on the way. Borges shoots one and smothered by the first baseman Moss, and he gets them by just a step. What a play by Brandon Moss, the first baseman.
Well, he's done it all so far in this series. Played some solid defense, had to pick a couple low throws across the diamond to him. Saw what he's been doing with the bat. Showing tremendous range here to be able to make a play against a speedy Peter Borges. It's a great approach by Borges. Moss slides in and gets to the base before Borges does.
Presence of mind to get up and race to the bag.
Because at that point, there's no way the pitcher's going to be able to get there on time. It has to be all done by himself.
A really nice play by Moss. 2 up and 2 down here to start the bottom of the 6th. And here's Mike Trout. Trout's hitless tonight, 0 for 3. Mike's grounded out, hit a fly ball to right. Struck out looking in the 4th. Two and 0. Rhys Hopp last year, a 1-4 mark with the Pirates, had a save, 61 relief appearances, 3.91 ERA, career high in innings pitched with 73 2/3. Two and 1. Oakland picked up Rhys Hopp in a November trade for a minor league pitcher by the name of Zach Thornton. Two balls and a strike with 2 outs. Callaspo's on deck. This one pulled toward the hole. Lowry's got the big hop, throw to first, and they're not going to get him. An infield base hit. Talk about the perfect situation. That ball popped right up for Jed Lowry, but still, but you got to go multiple steps to your right toward the hole. You're not going to get Trout.
Yeah, that ball looked like it initially was going to get to the outfield. That hop allows him to make the play. He was quick on the transfer and the throw, but no chance to be able to throw out Trout going down the line. How quick he gets down the line.
Trout takes off. Picks up the stolen base. first of the year.
Got a big jump. Rysop not necessarily paying attention to him at that point. Gets into scoring position as the Angels try to chip away here.
That's upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Alberto with a single, a ground out, a walk, and a run scored. He has scored twice, as a matter of fact. This would foul back. Pujols is on deck. A 3-hit game for Albert. A couple of doubles and a single. 2 runs scored. This one lifted in the air to shallow left field. Cespedes was playing shallow. Will make the catch. The inning comes to an end. We've played 6 here at the Big A in Oakland. On top 10-4.
We talked about Brendan Moss doing with the bat, but here with the glove, an outstanding play, diving, able to get up and slide and beat that Speedy Petey down the line to get a big out last inning. Moss has done it all in this series so far, the first 2 games. The glove, the bat, patience at the plate. Freeze Cam is brought to you by Frost Brew for his life.
Well, Jerome Williams comes into the ballgame here to start this 7th inning. It is 10-4. Oakland on top. Jerome has not seen a whole lot of action on the young season. This will be his 2nd game. He's got 2 innings under his belt, 2 strikeouts. And that was the outing he had the other night against the Texas Rangers.
Has that good sinking fastball. Will also cut the fastball. Curveball, slider, very good changeup.
He'll face the top of the order. Crisp, Jaso, and Lowry, 1, 2, and 3. Oakland sending 10 men to the plate in the 6th inning and scoring 5 runs. Coco Crisp tonight is 1 for 3. A single back in the 1st. Two and 0. A lot of good hitters counts tonight by Angel pitchers. That should mark the low tonight with 1/3 of an inning in relief, 3 runs. Dane De La Rosa gets charged with a run in 2/3 of an inning. Allowed 2 hits, had 1 strikeout, 1 walk. And 1 stretch in that 6th, 3 consecutive walks. Lowry, Cespedes, and Moss. 3-1. Nice ball. Did we not have a strike call there at 3-1?
Well, he called a 2-0 pitch strike.
Right.
Just pissed off the
Hold on
corner.
a second. The dugout is hollering now. It was 3-1. Now it's 3-1, I should say.
Exactly.
The 2-0 pitch was a strike. He called that a strike. Did he not?
I saw him go 2-0. He called it a strike. Unless he was just pointing it away, but it looked like he made the strike call.
Who points away on a ball? Well, I guess it's a 4-pitch walk then. So Crisp is on board. 2nd walk for him tonight. John Jay so up. He's 2 for 4 with a couple of singles, an RBI, and a couple of runs scored. Jason lifts one down the left field line, tailing away from Trout. Mike is there, makes the catch. Crisp heads back to first, 1 away.
Pretty good range there by Trout.
Let's go back to the Coco Crisp at bat. It was a 2-0 count, the first 2 missing out of the strike zone. Here's the 3rd pitch. Well, he had an itch.
He was going to call it a strike.
He was going to call it a strike, Brian Knight, and then decided my eyebrow itches all of a sudden. Psych.
That's the old fake handshake.
he got a lot of people in here.
Because I was looking at my scorebook here, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, it's 2-1.
Oh well. Jed Lowry, the shortstop, 1 for 3. A single and a walk, couple of runs scored. One ball, 1 strike on Lowry. Originally the Red Sox organization at Stanford. Two balls and 1 strike.
I noticed a lot in this game. We had Chris Iannetta have to reach hard back for a pitch that was not located anywhere near where he was setting up. You see the number of walks of late, mislocation.
Playable for Trout as he comes charging in. 2 outs. Let's go back and check out the AT&T Twitter poll that we asked a question earlier. Who will lead the American League in steals? Trout, Crisp, Ellsbury. Trout at 49%. Had 49 bags stolen last year. Picked up his first tonight. Ellsbury with 4. Coco's picked one up tonight.
Difference in the game. You're going to see more and more clubs going back to utilizing the stolen base as a potential way to score a run.
1 ball, no strikes. Cespedes tonight. He's 0 for 3. With a bases loaded walk in the 6th inning. That's the last batter that Lowe faced. Picked up a 6th run batted in. Breaking ball missing in. This one's fouled back. 2-1. Jerome's got some good life on the fastball tonight. 94 miles per hour on that last one.
He's got great movement. When he trusts that fastball, he can run the fastball away. He has that movement inside on the righty, but he also has the ability to cut a fastball away against a right-handed batter also.
And only being the 2nd outing of the year for Jerome. Feeling a little strong, a little giddy up on the fastball. Adrenaline's pumping.
And sometimes when you're a sinker ball pitcher, you're better off when you don't feel strong because you're going to overthrow and elevate that sinker up in the zone. It becomes hittable.
Cespedes takes a big rip and pops it up on the left side of the infield. Callaspo calls off Harris. And Alberto drops the baseball. Cespedes will stay at first. And Crisp ends up at third base. I don't know about you, but the minute that ball went up, it looked like Alberto was looking for Harris to call him off.
He was having a tough time seeing it. And that second off the top of the glove.
Hey, I mean, he took his eye off that ball quickly.
As if he didn't see it
Yeah.
at that point. That point, you're just hoping it hits your glove and stays in there.
Here's Brandon Moss. Makes it a breaking ball down low. Moss with a 4 RBI night. 2 RBI triple in the 3rd. Home run in the 5th. And he too had a bases loaded walk in the 6th. This one looped down towards shallow center field. Borges can't get it. It falls in for a hit. Crisp will score. The throw goes to 3rd, and Cespedes is in there safely. 11-4 Oakland. Make that a 5 RBI night for Moss.
Three hits last night, 3 hits tonight. Off the end of the bat, but when you're going good, the baseball will find that outfield grass in another hit and an RBI.
Chris Young, the batter. A 1-for-4 night. A strike on the inside corner. Base hit by Moss, the 14th for the A's tonight. Thought about pulling the trigger on that breaking ball and just kept running in. A 1 ball, 2 strike count. Two and 2. Tomorrow night, Jason Vargas will make his home debut for the Angels, going up against A.J. Griffin. The finale of this 3-game set. Houston rolls into town for the first of 3 on Friday night. Two. Jammed him.
Well, that two-seamer ran in on his hands. He thought he had a good track on that baseball initially, but then that late movement right on the handle of the bat.
Swing and a miss. The inning comes to an end. Unearned run comes across. Bottom of the 7th. That's where we're headed. 11-4 Oakland. Victory while defending champion Greg Biffle tries to defend his title. Fox Sports exclusive coverage of Sprint Cup Series racing begins Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Bottom of the 7th here at the Big A, and Oakland on top by the score of 11-4. Jerry Blevins, a left-hander, comes on to face 3, 4, and 5 for the Angels. Pujols, Hamilton, and Trumbo.
Solid season last year for Oakland. Blevins, 63 games. They were at 2.48. Not overpowering with his fastball, 87-92 range. Has a pretty good curveball, sweeping slider, solid changeup.
Albert, 3 hits tonight. 2 doubles and a single. He has scored twice.
181st time that Pujols has had a 3-hit game.
One ball, 1 strike. Albert now with 3 doubles on the year. Caught the inside corner, 1 and 2. Blevins pitched last night. Ended up going 1/3 of an inning. Situational outing for him. Chris Rhysop went 1 inning, gave up a base hit. That was it. Now the 1-2. Breaking ball, foul back. It's pulled foul. Only one other game that is ongoing right now. That is actually two games, both on the West Coast. Houston leading Seattle at Safeco 7-3. Dodgers leading the Padres in the ninth inning down in San Diego 4-1. This one, Howard foul. Count still at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
What we've seen so far in this game for Pujols, he's still super quick on pitches inside.
Blevins last year 5-1, had a save and a 2.48 ERA, 63 relief appearances. Full count. Josh Hamilton on deck. Mark Trumbo to follow. Working battle liner toward left field. That's going to fall in for a hit. 4-hit night for Albert. The bat shattered in his hand. The barrel ends up on the grass near third base.
Pujols has done everything he can to give the Angels a chance to win tonight. 2 singles, 2 doubles, 4-hit game. Still able to tuck his hands in, even though that pitch was well thrown by Blevins. 39th 4-hit game of Pujols' career.
Albert had a 4-hit game last year, and that was in Toronto, June 28th. Slow breaking ball drops in for a strike on Josh. Hamilton sack fly in the first inning, a double in the third, struck out in the fifth. New baseball being put in. So the Angels with 9 hits tonight. Albert owns 4 of them. Howie Kendrick has a couple of hits. 2 runs batted in. And Hamilton goes down swinging for the first out here in the 7th.
Continue to pull off of this slow breaking ball from a left-handed pitcher. Hips open up, allows the outer half of the plate to be available for a left-handed pitcher against him.
One out, one on. Moss playing behind Pujols at first base. Here's Trumbo. Mark is 0 for 3. Did pick up an RBI in the third. Oakland pitching has really climbed the ladder on Trumbo and to chase that high fastball as they did in the 5th inning when he struck out. And that was Tommy Malone that got him in that inning.
Mark's aggressive with a fastball up in the strike zone, but when the pitcher can get him to chase above the letters, they're going to be successful. And Mark has not laid off that pitch so far this year.
This one yanked foul just off the screen. So a 1-2 count here on Trumbo. Levin's originally in the Cubs system from the University of Dayton. And that's hitting the air toward deep left center field. Cespedes giving chase, not going to get there. One hopper off the fence. Pujols on his way to third. He'll have to stop there. It's a double for Trumbo. His 4th of the season. Talk about getting on top of a fastball.
Yeah, Levins tries to go back upstairs, but this time Trumbo was able to make real good contact. Was out over the plate, wasn't in. Jason wanted that fastball up and in, but it was over the plate. Trumbo stayed tall in his approach and crushed that ball off the wall in left center field.
So a couple of men in scoring position with one out here in the 7th. Down by 7. Now he picked up a couple of runs batted in his last time up. 2 for 3 tonight. Halos 1 for 10. Men in scoring position. They currently have the worst batting average with men in scoring position in Major League Baseball right now. Now their 8th game. And it's an 0-2 count. Two down.
Back-to-back hard sliders down and in, this time in the dirt. It's a swing and miss from Levin against Howie.
So Brendan Harris comes up in the start, the shortstop for the injured Eric Ibar. Harris is 0 for 3. First big league start for Brendan since June of 2010. We haven't been updated on Eric Ibar throughout the game. Just as far as we know, still listed as day-to-day unless something comes out after the game. Mike Scioscia starts talking to the media. Left heel contusion.
That's one guy that the Angels need back as soon as possible. Eric Ibar is such an important element as far as the offense and certainly the defense at shortstop.
Oh, 1 on the way. 0-2. Brendan last year spent all of that year AAA Colorado Springs. 317 there. Then with the Cubs, the Expos, the Nationals, Reds, Rays, Twins, and now the Angels. Chopper to third. Donaldson's got it. And the inning comes to an end. 7 in the books. Oakland maintains an 11-4 lead. Copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Smith, Donaldson, and Sogard, the scheduled 3 for Bob Melvin and the Oakland A's here in the 8th inning. Face Jerome Williams, who should have been out of the 7th inning with no damage, but that dropped pop-up by Alberto Callaspo as he got charged with his first error of the year led to an unearned run. The Angels now with 8 errors on the season. And that's tied for Major League Baseball worst with the Cubs, White Sox, and the Nationals. One ball, no strikes on Seth Smith, the DH. 2 doubles, a single, 2 runs batted in. He's also walked. Look at bat off. Diving stop by Kendrick, gets up, throws to first, and he robs Smith of a 4-hit night.
Well, what a play. Great range by Howie Kendrick at second base here. Won't give up on this game for Howie in the outfield grass. Dives, gets up, strong throw. Brendan Harris at first. He gets Seth Smith, but what a play. What range from Howie Kendrick.
Terrific play to get up quickly and fire to first base. First down recorded. Josh Donaldson the batter, and he'll look at a strike. The Angels have a new shortstop with Andrew Romine taking over for Harris. Just off the plate. Brendan Harris has moved over to first base. This one's out toward left center field. Borges giving chase, not going to get there. Off the base of the wall. And Donaldson on his way to second of the double.
Another extra base hit by an Oakland A hitter tonight.
Mentioned the changes defensively with Harris at first. Trumbo's out in right field, so Hamilton is done, as is Mike Trout. J.B. Shuck takes over in left. So a 1-out double puts a man in scoring position. Here's Eric Sogard, the second baseman. Sogard tonight is 2 for 4 with a couple of singles. Two balls and no strikes. Oakland continues to swing the bat aggressively in this series, as they have all season long. Currently on a 6-game winning streak. They have 28 hits in the first 2 games of the series. There's Chili Davis, hitting coach.
His approach: get a fastball, don't miss it.
Sogard flips one out to left, Shuck back into his right. 2 outs.
I mean, you could be patient, but if you get a fastball, attack. No matter what the count is going to be, whether it's 0-0, 3-1, whatever it's going to be, you get yourself in a fastball count or thinking it's coming, you have to jump on that pitch.
Top of the order, and Coco Crisp. 1 for 3 tonight for Coco. A couple of walks. He's also scored twice. Good pitch on Crisp, taking something off there.
And you got to try to force Coco, especially when he's hitting from the left side here, and hit the ball to left field. So that means running something away, whether it's off speed or a two-seam sinking fastball. Keep away. Pretty good pitching against him so far. Two-seam away, cut fastball in. Now you got the outer half of the plate for you, or you could try that two-seam fastball running at the hip and catch in the inside corner.
Oh, 2 on the way. Breaking ball right back to the mound. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. The Angels down 11-4. Oakland with a new pitcher on the mound as Pat Neshek comes on for the second consecutive night. Angels down 11-4. Neshek, his numbers from a year ago. A terrific job, kind of a find for them, and that was kind of the case for a lot of the guys for Oakland. The way Brandon Moss kind of broke out, and they kind of thought that Reddick would be capable of breaking out if he was given an everyday opportunity. He did so, and Neshek was one of those guys that they kind of picked up and did a terrific job for Bob Melvin.
Yeah, that bullpen for Bob Melvin has been very good. And Neshek, not overpowering, one of the few guys that doesn't throw an upper 90s fastball. Good slider, but Bob Melvin has his group playing great baseball again this year after what a tremendous job he did last year as far as winning the AL Manager of the Year.
All right, Neto Borges and then J.B. Shuck. Slider missing away. Neshek yesterday faced 3 batters, allowed a hit, gave him 3 runs, 1 earned. A couple of errors in that inning yesterday, in that 6th inning for the Halos. Chris Young and Jed Lowry. This one yanked down alive, a foul. Hernandez walked twice and hit a fly ball to right. He's 0 for 1 tonight. This one down the line, but foul on the first base side. 1-2 count. Looks like the Angels will bring on Ernesto Frieri in the 9th inning. And like Jerome Williams, his outings have been infrequent. Back toward the middle. Boy, what a play by Neshek as he dropped the glove down. What a way.
Not too far removed from all those fielding drills in spring training.
I was just going to say, for Jerome, those outings that are infrequent, that's a good thing. Considering he's the long guy out of the bullpen. For Frieri, not so good.
Yeah, the thing with Ernesto, too, is what you hope for when he comes in to pitch. You see Neshek making a nice play on that ground ball, is to have a quick, clean inning. So if the Angels get that lead tomorrow night, then he should be strong and be able to get the job done. You don't want to have a pitcher. A lot of times closers come in those games where they're trying to get work. They end up throwing a lot of pitches, and it might not be as effective the following night.
One ball, one strike on Peter. 0 for 3 tonight. Robbed of a potential base hit in the 6th inning by Moss, the first baseman. Diving stab. Oakland, by the way, has a new shortstop, Andy Perino, who was called up today for the injured Scott Sizemore, is over there. Count remains at 1 and 2 strikes. So you mentioned that Jason Vargas will get the start tomorrow in the finale of this 3-game set. Jason with a no decision in his first start. He came against Texas. Bouncer towards short. Donaldson cuts it off, throws off balance, and Borges has an infield base hit.
Just like Mike Trout going to the line. Very difficult for an infielder to throw out. Borges with that speed. Right away, sensing an infield base hit. Easily beats it out. Boy, the last at bat hits a rocket. Moss makes a great play on him. This time just a slow roller, but gets rewarded with an infield hit.
J.B. Shuck comes on. His first plate appearance. Shuck, the former Houston Astro. Non-roster invitee to spring training. And a very good spring. A spot on the club. Ohio native at Ohio State University. .358 for the Angels this spring in the Cactus League. AAA last year with the Astros at .298 in 115 games. Good speed for him. 2-1. He's had some time in the big leagues too with Houston. That was in 2011. 37 games. Went around. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trout finished off the game going 1 for 4. A changeup from Neshek. Full count with Borges at first.
A lot of off-speed pitches. Only throws about 30-35% of his pitches will be fastball, so change-up, slider.
And he got him with the off speed. 2 down.
Borges remains at first. Callaspo coming up. Callaspo's 1 for 3. Had a single back in the first. He has scored a couple of runs. Hank Conger's come out to the on-deck circle. And if he doesn't bat in this inning, more than likely will bat in the ninth. Pujols serving as a DH tonight. 4-hit game for Albert. 2 doubles, 2 singles, 2 runs scored. Two balls and 1 strike. 26 hits combined tonight. These two teams, 25 hits last night. But a big 5-run 6th inning for Oakland.
Just as the Angels cut the deficit to 5-4, the 2 runs scored in the bottom of the 5th.
And the walk was the issue as Alberto looks at his strike. Mark Lowe gave up 3 runs in his 1/3 of an inning. Dane De La Rosa gave up a run in his 2/3. Three-2 is inside. He walked him. Borges ends up at second base. And Conger will come up. Third game for Hank. He's 1 for 4 this year. Neshek's first is fouled back. Hank also, as we pointed out, Shuck had a very good spring training, as did Hank. Offensively, had some struggles throwing the baseball. Made the opening day roster as the backup to Chris Iannetta. This one's pulled to the right side and through into right field. Borges will come in to score. Callaspo's on his way to third. It's 11-5. Conger with his first RBI of the season.
His job of staying back and driving that ball through the hole between first and second. Stayed back long enough. That ball well in the right field. Continues swinging the bat well. You mentioned how well he did in spring training. He had a good swing there. Certainly in this at bat here tonight, same thing.
There's Romine for his first plate appearance. Takes outside. So that third spot on the order for the Angels, 5 for 5. 5 of 12 hits. 4 by Albert, 1 by Hank. One ball, 1 strike. Romine's 0 for 1 this year. Third game for him. A slow roller off the foot. It's a foul ball. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Right off the top of the foot. See a lot of that against Neshek because of his off-speed pitches. Hitters out in front. Tendency to pull that ball, and that one right off the foot of Andrew Romine.
Neshek about to throw his 29th pitch of this inning, so Evan Scribner begins the warm-up for Oakland. Either way, he'll be pitching the bottom of the ninth. In the air to center. Purple Crisp moves over, makes the catch. The inning comes to an end. The Angels get a run on that single by Conger. We'll head to the ninth. 11-5 A's. At 6:05, fans in attendance will receive a Mike Trout bobblehead courtesy of State Farm while supplies last. To purchase your tickets, visit the Angels Stadium ticket office or log on at angels.com. Ernesto Frieri comes on for the Angels here in the ninth inning. Face 2, 3, and 4 for Oakland. Ernesto needing to get some work in.
Also maybe the opportunity to see that slider, hard cut fastball, and even changeup for Ernesto in this game tonight.
Just 2 innings under his belt this year. 2 games. 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned. 4 strikeouts and a walk. John Jaso to lead things off. Jaso getting to start behind the plate tonight. He's 2 for 5, couple of singles and an RBI. Tommy Malone, the pitcher of record for the A's. Joe Blanton for the Halos. Blanton going 5 innings plus 1 batter, gave up 6 runs all earned on 10 hits, including a home run. No strikeouts and 2 walks. One and 2. Ernesto's not pitched since Saturday's game. 1 inning in that one. 2 and 2 now. His only other outing was on opening day.
Most closers like a lot of work. Well, your arm feels better. More life on the fastball.
In the air, shallow left. Romine cutting across. Calls off Callaspo, makes the catch for the first out. So Andy Perino will come up. Perino took over defensively last inning for Jet Lowry. His Oakland debut, acquired from the Padres in November. That was part of the Tyson Ross trade. Take outside. A couple of former organizational mates here, Perino and Frieri. Now toward right center field. Trumbo moving over. Borges cutting across it. Will call off Mark. Makes the catch for the second out.
Borges made some nice plays in center field in the game tonight. Especially that one running back to the wall, leaping up and making a nice play.
That was on the ball that Sogard hit that ended the 6th inning.
And you're going to play shallow against him, and that's why Peter had to go so far back. He never took his eye off the baseball, was able to make a very good play.
2 up and 2 down as Cespedes comes up. A's left fielder tonight is 0 for 4. Breaking pitch out toward left center field. Shuck giving chase and dives, and it's off his glove. Cespedes on his way to second, and he's in there with a double. Boy, nice effort by J.B. Shuck. Had a good jump on it. Timed the leap perfectly, and it had to just go off the glove.
Quarterback getting a great jump. You mentioned that, Victor. This is a tremendous jump. Jumping as far as he can in the air, almost making an outstanding play. It's the heel of the glove and off his wrist. A great effort by him. It's one of those plays too, is an outfield where you dive like that, it almost knocks the wind out of you.
Prevents the Angels from recording their first 1-2-3 inning tonight. It also saves an at-bat for this guy, Brandon Moss, who's been spectacular. He's a double shy of the cycle.
Doesn't get cheated on that fastball.
No. 2 RBI triple in the 3rd, a solo home run in the 5th, walk with the bases loaded in the 6th inning, an RBI single in the 7th. Two balls and a strike. Moss with 10 runs batted in on the year, and all coming in the last 3 games. Three and one. That top hand came off on the swing. Full count.
He had a good count to let that swing go. Hand slipped off the bat.
They walked him. Marcellus had the last cycle for Boston, 2007. And Young now steps in. The right fielder 1 for 5. Had a single in the 5th. First pitch swinging, pops it up on the left side. Callaspo with the call. 2 hands. This one makes the catch. Shamble head to the bottom of the 9th. The Angels down 11-5. New pitcher on the mound is Evan Scribner. Comes on in relief of Pat Neshek. Neshek gave up a run in the 8th inning with 1 hit allowed, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. Scribner last year, 2-0 mark at 2.55 ERA, pitching in 30 games for Melvin.
Scribner fastball 86 to 90 range. Has a cut fastball and a curveball, occasional changeup.
He'll be facing Trumbo, Kendrick, and Harris, the scheduled 3 batters for the Angels here in the bottom of the 9th. 11 runs for Oakland, 16 hits, 1 error. They've stranded 13 base runners. The Angels 5 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors. And the Angels have also stranded a lot of base runners themselves, 11 total for the Halos. Trumbo picked up a double his last time up. That was in the 7th inning. He's had a 1-for-4 night. The first fastball is up and away. Scribner, a product of Central Connecticut State University. Connecticut native. Easy for me to say. Diamondbacks picked him in the 28th round in 07. The following year got traded to the Padres for Tony Clark. Big TC.
One of the all-time greats.
He's awesome.
Not only a great baseball player, but a great guy just to talk to.
Doing work now for the Players Association. 2 balls and a strike.
You can see the game plan for Oakland. We're going to continue to throw high fastballs to Mark Trumbo. Last time, though, that was at that fastball up, and he crushed it. It was out over the plate. You can get him out up and in, but if it's out over the plate, Trumbo can crush it.
The curveball drops low. There's 3 balls and a strike. This one lifted in the air, shallow right. Sogard breaks back, now comes in. 1 out. So Howie Kendrick comes up with 1 out here tonight. Nobody on. Howie's 2 for 4. A 2 RBI single in the 5th inning. And that knock, actually, it's good we pointed out about an inning and a half ago, that drew the Angels within a run. They did 5-4 Oakland at that point in the 5th. But then the top of the 6th inning occurred. One ball, 2 strikes. This one lined over the head of Perino and into left center field. Cespedes cuts it off, and Howie will stop there with a 1-out single. So Kendrick had a 3-hit game last night, has a 3-hit game tonight.
He continues to see the ball well and good approaches at the plate.
Harris fouls it off to the right. Harris is 0 for 4 tonight. Scribner does not waste a whole lot of time on the mound. Gets a sign and just goes. Line to right, a base hit. High fastball. Howie will round second and head to third. So back-to-back one-out hits here in the ninth for the Angels, and Chris Iannetta will come up.
Scribner got that fastball up, and Brendan Harris made a pay for it. Base hit in the right field. 14th hit tonight for the Angels.
Iannetta's drawn 2 walks. Did a fly ball to right and a bouncer back to the mound. He's 0 for 2. Two balls, no strikes. Borges, the ninth place hitter, on deck. Lifted in the air up to shallow right toward the foul line. Young coming on. Sogard goes out, and it's Young makes the catch. And the Angels down to the last out here in the ninth. Borges picked up a single his last time up. A 1-for-4 night. Breaks his bat, loops one out to shallow center. Perino, the shortstop, gives way to Sogard, and Oakland has taken the first 2 of this series. The Angels start the season at home with an 0-2 mark. 11-5 the final today. Tommy Milone picks up the win. He is now 2-0. Joe Blanton takes the loss as he drops to 0-2. Brandon Moss falls a double shy of the cycle as the Angels, unfortunately for them, 2 things once again tonight. The pitching, when it got to a situation where they had to keep things in check, couldn't. And the offense, when they had opportunities to either explode or tack on runs, couldn't really get over that hump.
And I think what it comes down to is just simplifying your approach as a hitter in RBI positions. Not trying to do too much, just hit the ball where the ball is pitched. On the pitching side, you have to be more aggressive, especially when you come out of the bullpen to throw that first pitch strike. When you fall behind, this Oakland club jumps on fastballs and makes you pay for mistakes. Angels Live is coming up next, presented to you by your SoCal Mazda dealers. So stay tuned. Michael Eaves and Tim Salmon are going to break it all down for you.